His team tried to kill him. We're 3-3. What's up, C? Good morning. Good morning, Raphael. Oh, they're saying the Cowboys season is already over. Everybody's saying the season is over. I mean, I don't care. But it's just like I don't think the season is over. I think we're hanging out in mediocrity. And the thing about this game, guys. What's up? What's up, Norris? Everybody. I just talk while everybody comes. The thing about this game is we're on a different tier than the Detroit Lions. Am I up to? We're on a different tier. The Detroit Lions are on tier one, and we're hanging out between tier two and tier three. So that's where we are in reality. So we can't, like, one week when the Cowboys win, all those guys start talking about how we can be, and the Cowboys, if they do this, it's just like they feed off of us, and give and pump us up or whatnot. And then when we lose, especially when we lose in this type fashion, they'll say we are horrible and blah blah yada 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 yada. So we're 3-3. We're average right now. That's the logical thought process right here now. Not way over there thinking that we great, or not over here thinking we really got a chance if we. There's no ifs. Now, when they say the season already over as far as can we win a championship, that part of the season was already over before the season started. To me, I mean, some of y'all. I mean, for me, the season. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how many Cowboy fans expected us to go to like a deep playoff run. I didn't even say Super Bowl. I said deep playoff run before the season started. Yeah, the NFC does feel kind of weak this year. That's why I said it's going to start shaking out. And then also, we do have a killer row of teams coming up soon. I don't view those teams as unbeatable. They got Philly on that thing. Philly is playing. Philly barely got past Cleveland. Philly barely got past Cleveland. You could tell Philly wasn't going to lose that game, but they couldn't separate themselves from Cleveland the entire football game. So they were just saying, oh, Philly's going to beat them. Washington hadn't beat anybody that we've beaten. You know what I'm saying? They haven't beaten Detroit Lions yet. They haven't beaten, a good team yet. And I said this yesterday. If the teams that the Commanders have beat, if we had beat those teams, they would say, oh, the Cowboys hadn't beat nothing but tomato cans. They haven't proven anything yet. So it's just like the media just feeds off us. We got to just leave that alone and know that we are not a top tier football team, hanging on threads of being a second tier football team, but we're not the worst football team in the league. And that's kind of leads my frustration, because either be good or bad, man. Either be good or bad. Being right there in the middle, it's just like it's working us in a metaphysical way that's not good. Just being in the middle all the time. Good morning, Christy. Just being in the middle all the time is not good. Yeah, Norris said he came into this year completely apathetic, and nothing has surprised me this season. That's why when Jerry said yesterday, I didn't watch any media yesterday because of obvious reasons, but I did see Jerry talking about how he was shocked and humbled. I don't know why you're shocked, and you have no reason to be humbled. Well, I don't know why you were humbled, because you have no reason to be up there to be humbled. So it's just like It's two things. We're not fans of a real football team. We're fans of like a sports business brand. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand that as Dallas Cowboy fans, you're not fans of an actual football team that's actually trying to do things on the football field. We're a fan of a brand of the Dallas Cowboys so we can enjoy on Sundays, have a good time, and those things like that. We have to understand that. Because if that's not the case, really, how else do you explain 30 years of not winning? You know what I'm saying? How do you explain this window that we're in when we can't get past mediocrity? I mean, you can't explain that. At least one or two times, they would actually go all in without just saying we're going all in, actually go all in and actually do something, you know? But no, the only years that we won is when we accidentally done things, you know? Like we accidentally fell into that offense with DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray was running like crazy, so we just had to keep running him and kept breaking records. So that offense was a great offense, but it was by accident. And then the other one that got us far was when Dak was a rookie. I mean, we had to keep the offense dumb because he was a rookie. So that dumbed down offense was worked for us. But those both were accidents. There was no time that we've specifically tried to put together a football team and go pretty deep in the playoffs and do it. That's not been a time. So like I said, we are fans of a brand. The Star. We love the Star. But a football team, it is not. The leading entertainment conglomerate of the NFL, yes. A football team, no. He's a salesman. We're in purgatory. That the only thing that, and that's what I said that like maybe 3 weeks ago. MVB Dad, I'm gonna put that up. MVB Dad. I know I got that. I don't know why I want to put it up. I already got them all up. But I said, you know, we might be falling into a real good cap situation. And right now with the Dak and CD, you know, you have two really good. You got two people that can keep you average when everything else is horrible. So right now, those two guys basically are keeping us at 3-3 when we have no defense, no offensive line, no other receivers, no anything else, basically, no running game. So those two guys, if you have a whole bunch of money and you can put things in the places that you actually know you need it, then this thing could work. That's the only sense I can make out of why we're in this position that we're in. Because I don't know what we do in the future if it ain't what MBB Dad 3 just said. I know it's sad, Saeed. I know it's sad, but that until we can show that we're serious. And it's not even on the football field. I'm not complaining about the Detroit game. Again, that was all expected or whatever. But until we show that we're serious about winning, that's the truth. We're fans of a brand. Jerry trying to run a football team like a mom and pop store. What's up, Spark? Why, if Jones is a salesman, why do we keep buying so many? Because sellers know how to sell. And being America's team, knowing how to sell in America is a skill. And once they know how to do that, you know, you'll get people to buy in. They know how to push the brand. I mean, they don't care. I mean, there's so much common sense. You know, we're in here talking common sense. All these YouTube channels, all these YouTubers are talking common sense. They don't care about that because the brand is stronger. You know what I'm saying? They can do something and pump the Cowboys up, and they can be on TV and all that kind of stuff. TV kills everything that we're doing, so they can keep pumping up the brand, and they know how to do it. That dog is almost back to normal now. He's got to get one more surgery because the skin on his back, that when he got hit on his back, I guess that's where most of the venom went. But when he got hit on that one, the skin is very hard. So they got to do a skin grafting thing to where they got to take the skin down so his hair can grow back or whatever. But the hit on his neck, it had his whole face swollen, and it's gone down, and his face is almost completely back to normal. And the hit on his leg is still there. So he wouldn't something. Yeah, it was like they would not let each other go. They were in a battle. And then the doctor said my other dog pulled. You could tell it pulled. I don't know how they could tell. You could tell it pulled the snake off of him. And I was like, oh, wow, if that snake went in my other dog's mouth, that snake did not leave my other dog's mouth. Nothing leaves that dog's mouth. She's a half pit and half a husky. And the jaw pressure is ridiculous. It's scary. But thank you for asking. He's doing quite well. He's right in there sleeping. Dallas Cowboys girl said, I live in a Bay and I'm not wasting my money to watch the Niners embarrass us again, especially because KC is going to whoop the Niners on Sunday. Yeah, the Niners are in the Niners are in just as bad a shape that we are. You know what I'm saying? They're full of injuries. We're full of injuries. So the team that the Niners are right now is not going to be team later on. And hopefully the team that we have right now is not going to be the same team later on. But, yeah, it's real early. If we stay 500 throughout the rest of the season, I do see that. Do we fire Big Mike during or after the season? I think if Big Mike goes 500, which I think he is, that's a definite regress because he's been going 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. So if he goes, well, we can't go 500. If he goes like 8-9, yeah, I think he should be fired. Yes, Spark, man, they are, and I also said, we cannot feel sorry for my dog. My dog was not walking out in the backyard, minding his own business, just skipping around, and the snake said, hey, doggy, I'm coming to get you, and going, arr, arr, arr. That's not how it went down. That snake was out there minding his business, doing snake things, looking for a meal or whatever. And he sniffed it and he said, oh, man, food or something. And he went straight after that snake, 100%, because that's all they do in that backyard. He goes into groundhog holes, the holes. He goes in and pulls those things out. And when he pulls them out, he's vicious. He tears them apart. So he's one of those type dogs, and he's training the new puppy, the husky. He's training her to do the same thing. So they're out there doing stuff. So if something happens to them, then that's Mother Nature just doing Mother Nature. Because that snake, to bite something 3 times, to use your venom that you got to use to eat, that snake was fighting for its life. On a side note, they found two more rattlers in the street out here. They were Beckham. Daniel Beckham was shooting a commercial out here, and the crew there, they found 2 snakes out there on the street that had been run over by cars. So something has disturbed some kind of rattlesnake nest around close to my house, and I'm not going outside. No, it didn't. The L didn't make me mad. The way the L happened didn't make me mad because it made sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't say, oh, we're not doing it. I didn't feel like we wasn't doing what we could be doing. Yeah. The fact that it was that big doesn't shock me. There are a powerful football team. I said it from the first week I was doing this show how jealous I am of the Lions' weapons. And not only that, that defense played lights out. So kudos to the Lions, man. No. Stock up draft picks like the OKC Thunder. Man, that's ridiculous what the Thunder got going on. This team is nowhere near to win now mode. No. No. And that's like what I was trying to tell everybody yesterday. It takes 11. And right now, our offensive line is not good. Even Zach. I mean, I've seen TikToks out there were asking, is Zach washed? You know what I'm saying? And because he looked bad on some plays yesterday, on Sunday, he looked very bad. So the offensive line is suffering. Tyler is the only good spot we got right there. We got Tyler, we got the two rookies, and don't get me talking about right tackle because that has been a problem. But again, that right tackle is one of Jerry's picks. I remember him bragging about how he likes him and he found him. That's one of his guys or whatever. So again, that's your boy Jerry sticking his head in. What's next is to hire young and innovative coaches, DJ Jamel, and stop it with these old retreads and where the game has passed by. Yeah, and you're going to hear it, DJ, as soon as McCarthy gets fired, they're going to be like, Belichick. And Belichick is the biggest dinosaur out there right now. He is the absolute. And secondly, I don't want to break up what Bill and Chad Johnson have going on. Their rapport is ridiculous. Bill, stay in the media. You're funny. Bill is hilarious. Don't come back to coaching, please. But yeah. Yeah. The game was just over for so long. And the score was the score because they just kept coming at us because they were mad because of last year, and I understand it really wasn't the anger toward us. The anger was toward the referees. So no, Gio, we're there's no protection from the rattlesnakes. We actually live in the rattlesnakes area of the world, so we have to be. They're not coming after us. We're not on their menu. So it's not the fact, it's not, we're not in danger out there. We don't have people getting bitten by rattlesnakes all the time and stuff out here. But there are warnings all over about rattlesnakes or whatever. The problem comes when you go out, when you lift up stuff, when you go into areas where they're trying to, be by themselves. So you just got to learn to be respectful. Don't lift up that log unless you got a reason to lift up that log. Yeah, exactly. That's why we're gonna get an offensive line in the draft this year. I mean, there's not gonna be another weapon coming out because you're gonna need. I mean, if we lose Zach and try to play a season with the offensive line we got right now and just plug in somebody for Zach, man, you talk about a Dak. Jeez, he's gonna be dead. Robert Saleh defense, Ben Johnson head coach. I can dig it. A-Diz. I can dig that. Yeah, exactly, DJ Jamil. Belichick is what they're going to talk about on every channel. They're going to talk about on every podcast. I'm probably not going to talk about it on my channel because I don't like to do what mainstream media do. But they're going to, all of them going to talk about Bill Belichick, and he was like the worst for several reasons. It's like just rewind what happened with Bill Parcells. Raise your hand. Who was here when Bill Parcells was here? And remember how the fans were so angry at how conservative and slow Bill's offense was. It was like they just ran the ball and run the ball and run the ball and whatever. If you think Bill Belichick is going to come here and be creative and innovative and all that kind of stuff, that ain't never been him. So if anybody is yelling for Bill Belichick, they're following the lead of these guys. That's the TV I'm pointing at. I know you can't see it. Lions better keep that same energy with the Niners. That's what I said, Dallas Cowboys girl, because the Packers did the same thing. Dallas Cowboys girl. I said, all right, y'all did great against us. Keep that when you go against the Niners, and they went up against the Niners. Jordan Love was just looking stupid, throwing interceptions, all kind of stuff, craziness. Yeah, snakes are scary, but they don't touch spiders for me. We have black widows all around this place, and that's my number one. That's why I don't lift stuff up. That's why I don't walk around close to. I like it inside the house. Black widows don't come inside the house. That's my one. I'm. When we were a kid, I'm a country boy. We used to go hunt everything, and we used to even hunt snakes. One time, we were so stupid. We caught a cottonmouth moccasin. Do you know what that is? We caught that thing and put it in a jar or whatever. So we would go hunting for everything. But the days we went spider hunting, I was at home watching Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America. I was not going outside. They were not getting me to go outside. I loved Parcells. Parcells fixed our defense, Terrell Davis, because if you remember, we had that tiny defense, and I remember him saying in a press conference, there's physics in football, and you need big bodies over there so the offense can hit those big bodies until the fourth quarter, and then they don't want to hit those big bodies no more because they're tired of it. California, DJ Jamil, California. Bill was very conservative, Brian Evans. Shango, firing McCarthy was solving after absolutely nothing. I was at the game. Exactly. It's like, for me, it's hard. It's very hard for me to blame the players. It's very hard because for a player to have success, they need to be beside other players that are competent and doing their jobs, at the least. They don't have to be behind star players. I'm not saying having star players at every position, but you must have competent people at every position. You can't have a good guy here and not competent people around this good guy and expect this good guy to be good in football. So that just, you haven't heard me talk crap about any players this year. If I do, it's about the attitude with CD and how he's been acting or whatever. But that seems a little bit better. Or with Dak and how he doesn't push the front office to get people in the organization, get people on the field with him. But my whole thing is I can't even judge the field level. I can't even judge the field level because the field level is so messed up. The offensive line, wide receiver 2 and beyond, running back room. It's just in the entire defense. It's just in shambles. So it's hard for me to grade Zimmer. And this is kind of indicative of where the problem is, because Zimmer doesn't suck. Zimmer might not be as good. He might not be a GOAT. He might not be as good as Spagnuolo. He may not be as good as Rex Ryan, maybe, which I think he is, but Rex doesn't. But he might not be as good as those guys. But he doesn't suck. Our defense sucks. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to even to judge Zimmer in 11. It's easier to judge McCarthy, but still, Mike McCarthy's offense might work if he had, better weapons. But then the same as Dak Prescott is the same as Mike McCarthy. And I jump on Dak because I know for a fact Mike McCarthy ain't going to say nothing to nobody. I know for a fact Mike McCarthy ain't going to walk into Jerry's office and say, I need A, B, and C. He going to walk in there and lie to keep his job. That's what he's going to do. Why do I know that's what he's going to do? Because that's what he did to get the job. People, when you become, or if you already own your own business and all that kind of stuff, if a person lies to you to get that job, trust me, he gonna lie to you every day to make himself look better. Because that's how he's made. That's how he's done. You don't want nothing to do with that dude. So, Mike has failed in all phases of coaches. We have no, exactly, Jadrian, we have no players that fit Zimmer's scheme. So we can't go, Zimmer, what is Zimmer doing? He should have. It's hard. Barbie Carpenter. Barbie. No, you remember he didn't call him Bobby Carpenter. He called him Barbie Carpenter. Hey, those were some of the most fun days, though. And he loves some Brady James. He said, I wish I had a six-pack of that Brady James. Shango at the game, the Lions fans said that our defense can't tackle. Oh, yeah. No, they wasn't doing a good job of tackling it at all. I would love to have Ben Johnson as head coach. I would love that tackle reverse. I would love to run that tackle reverse to what's his name? Our rookie, Guyton. He sat in his man cave for a whole year and learned nothing. Yeah, the NFL is a young man's game right now. It really is. It really, and you know, the successful ones are the ones that are coming in with the new ideas. And like I said, if I look at you and I can't, and I'll say, man, I might not be able to beat that dude Madden because he knows too much about football. But Mike McCarthy, he can't beat me in Madden. Man, I'll run some stretch plays and hit him deep. And don't get me wrong, these all this technology is like all these gaming and all that kind of stuff. It's used, and I'm glad. I wish it was another team, but I'm glad that VR story came out about and about the Commanders, because he's killing the league and he uses VR. And I'm sure Dak does it too. I'm sure he does. If he doesn't, he should be doing it immediately because we got the money to do it. But you set up a VR with your quarterback, you put all your plays in there, you set up all situations in there so he can just see stuff. That's part of his success. I'm sure it is. How do I get my dogs? We got all three from the same shelter, Spark. Shanola, you remember on the show Shameless? You remember Debbie from Shameless? Well, she owns a shelter now. She started a shelter for dogs. So her and Shanola are best friends or whatever. She's like Shanola's second mom or whatnot. So she would send Shanola pictures of a dog that she loved, and Shanola would just say, I love it. And then I would say, no, we don't need a dog. And then we would end up with a dog. And I said it again. I said, no. We don't need a second dog. We already got a dog. And then she brought another dog. And the last one, she said, I'm going to get a dog. And I said, don't you bring your dog back in the house. And then she sent a picture of Sora with my daughter. And I said, okay, you can bring that dog back. Sora is gorgeous. Again, where is the genius of Will McClay? Rick Charlton, that is the brand. Again, I'm gonna keep. That's gonna be my theme for the year. It's the brand. The brand is making as many stars in this in the Dallas Cowboy organization as you can, and market off those stars. And Will McClay is one of them. We've said he's been like amazing at finding talent and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, every time I've said it, I felt funny. I felt like I'm saying this because somebody else has said it. You know what I'm saying? When you say something without conviction, like when I say, "Oh, Will McClay is good," I've always said it because of somebody else said it. I hadn't said it because of what I have personally believed because of what I've seen. And then if you think about it, I mean, where is all this talent? No, Jason Garrett was all smirking when he was talking about the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Did y'all see that? Annoying. What's up, Meanie Bugs? Yes, I have 3 now. It's the last one. That last one. Hey, but that third one saved the day. Hey, and that third one, she's gonna be the one that's gonna rule the yards. Because I tell you right now, she's only half the size that she's gonna get, and she'll take down the Coyote. She'll take down the Coyote. No problem. Yeah. Did you see Mike say "wow" when Cooper Rush threw that interception in the end zone, and Mike McCarthy went "wow"? I don't know about the talent. No, Raphael. Where? So this is why I can't go with that, Raphael. Where is the talent once it leaves Dallas? If we've got these talented guys and they didn't pan out for us and they don't pan out for somebody else on the league, is there anybody that we drafted that has left our building that is doing great in the NFL? Because there's none doing. I mean, the only ones that are doing great are on our team, and it was like what, 3? And I don't think Dak, CD, Parsons, Lawrence, Diggs, handful. Ricky Tikki Tavi, Cal. Ricky Tikki Tavi was my favorite cartoon when I was little because I was amazed that little mongoose could take down those cobras. Ricky Tikki Tavi. That's how old I am. People don't know who Ricky Tikki Tavi is. You would love to hear sounds from the sidelines of this hill. I know. It'll probably be very quiet though, DJ. There was a video of them walking back to the locker room after the game with Jerry Jones and Dak and all of them, and it was so quiet. It was just like eerie quiet. I was like, that's what happens when you don't have a running game. And everybody was telling you didn't have a running game. Everybody was saying it. Oh, you read the book in elementary school? No, we don't want Troy. Hey, man, all the old people here, Brian Evans, all the old people here that lived through those Super Bowls with Troy Aikman, we do not want Troy Aikman back into this franchise. We appreciate you for Troy Aikman. You did a whole lot for us, but Troy Aikman was not easy to work with. I'll just leave it right there. Yeah, Ricky Tikki Tavi was good. Yep. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you are, Spark. Yeah, I think about DC all the time, Spark. I really do, because DC, that was my one person. DC, I have no one right now that I can pick up the phone and call and talk in depth about the Cowboys. Like me and DC, we would talk almost daily. And if you heard, we would laugh because we were just leaving money on the table because our phone conversations were like brilliant podcasts. We'd be like, and I don't have that anymore, and I really miss that. You know what I'm saying? He was the one that would tip me off the players that were good and all this kind of stuff. It was like, yeah, DC was great. That when him and I don't know if you remember Halen from YouTube, Halen 88. When Halen 88 passed and DC passed, it took a toll on me. And as far as my Dallas Cowboy world thing, it did. Miss both those guys. And Halen was a good guy. Halen was a good guy. I wish I could tell you some stories about how good a person he was. I wish I could tell you some stories, but I hope his son's doing well. He had a young son. It's hurting me right now. But I hope his son's doing well. I hope that everybody's doing well. Who remembers Halen 88? Holmes? Get them hands up, Holmes, if you remember Halen 88. He is the reason why I'm in YouTube. Because I was over at another channel, another website called Live Video, and I hated YouTube, and I refused to go up YouTube because all they had was cat videos playing piano. And he said, "Come over here and make your cowboy videos." So I came to YouTube and started making cowboy videos, and I'm here. So it's up. It was Halen. Yeah, JY. I don't know what happened to JY. He just disappeared on us. All right, let me go get those kids and get those kids to school. I had a little let me that's wifey. I'm gonna call her right back. But let me go get the kids to school. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow, but we'll talk about something. It's just hard right now because you just don't know. You don't know where to put your energy. You don't want to know whether to put your energy on just hoping this whole thing tanks, or hoping we can somehow pull some kind of thing out of the season, or you just don't want to feel it all and just want to coast through that. Those are our three options right now. I broke it down for you very eloquently. If you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you got one of those three options. You got to do one of those three. Hope we tank. Hope that and pray that somehow we figure out something and can make something out of this season. I forgot the last one. But all right, guys, got to start this day off. Gonna get my kids to school, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. He had to pull. Yeah, he was in. Jay Watt used to go to the game, so he was in Oklahoma somewhere, just like Halen. You just coasting? Are you just coasting? That's my third. That's the third one. Are you just coasting and not?